System components. The system layout shows three different groups of devices. These are anti-collision sensors, such as AIS, radar, GPS, gyro, etc. Multifunction displays, MFD. These are installed in consoles at the bridge area and in engine control rooms. By configuration, only the MFDs provide workstations for traffic surveillance, maneuvering, main engine watch, and main engine control. The working place will decide about available functions by configuration. Field processing devices, FPD, contain the sensor-to-network components. They translate all types of physical sensor information into a network format. FPDs can have their own operators panel for local commands in automation areas. The FPDs are distributed all over the vessel. Note, all device groups have a main Ethernet connection for command and information interchange. System types. The ECDIS is available in different system configurations: multifunctional display with main applications. ECDIS Pilot includes route planning and monitoring. Radar Pilot includes route planning. Conning Pilot, Track Pilot, automation, third-party integration, e.g. DP or CCTV. Additional functions are Conning Pilot Platinum, Track Pilot, Speed Pilot, third-party integration, e.g. DP or CCTV. Note, the additional functions can be added and combined with the main application. The individual ship's configuration will decide about it. Tft Monitors. The graphical user interface is displayed on a 22 or 26-inch monitor. They're designed to comply with the international standards for maritime navigation. In addition, standard desktop monitors starting from 19-inch are available as well. For special applications, the display of the system can have large form factor displays, for example 55-inch or more. These kinds of displays are for information purposes only. Display Electronics Unit. The Display Electronics Unit is the heart of the system. It consists of PC hardware with anti-vibration protection, operating system software, application software. The application software consists of independent runtime software and ship's configuration dataset. A third-party integration, such as CCTV, will provide its own software packages as well. Note, installing or running applications which do not belong to the system will be blocked, and a password will be required. Operation units. The system is equipped with an integrated Ascii keyboard. The buttons have backlights that can be dimmed for nighttime use. In addition, a standard computer keyboard can be used for planning stations. All user interface controls are operated by mouse or trackball, which is connected to every multifunction display. Its operation and special functions will be further discussed in Topic 132, using the cursor. Tooltips. Tooltips are interface elements used to provide the user with instant information. They're displayed as small pop-up texts next to the button or drop-down menu where the pointer is placed. Narcos Platinum Tour 2.x. A PowerPoint presentation is available in order for the user to get a glimpse of the system information and of its structure. To view the presentation, click on Super Home and select Take the Tour. To exit the tour, click on Return. Operating instructions. The system provides a software version of its operator manual. To access the manual, click on the Super Home button and select Read Documentation. The operator manual will appear in the form of a PDF document. To close the manual, click on the Close button. Tooltips. Tooltips are interface elements used to provide the user with instant information. They're displayed as small pop-up texts next to the button or drop-down menu where the pointer is placed. To show a tooltip, hover the cursor over one of the menu bar buttons, such as Settings or Screenshot, and the tooltip appears. Note, not all items on the screen have tooltips. They're displayed only on important display elements and controls, such as buttons and drop-down menus.
Module 1. User Interface. Starting sequence. To turn on the system, use the main power switch at the front of the workstation. It will start up automatically and will run in normal operating state. As soon as the system starts, it will show the basic screen Super Home, where the user has access to all functions and information regarding the system. UPS. Usually the system is connected to an uninterrupted power supply, UPS, in order to guarantee a steady system. The UPS must be switched on before starting the ECDIS. The system is usually connected to the general 230-volt AC and emergency 230 AC 24 DC power system. Dongle. A dongle is required in order to run the system's applications. The ECDIS manufacturer generates an UID in every vessel, and this is hidden and stored in the system dongle. Each system installation will receive an ENC user code. It is matched with the individual user ID of the system's dongle. The ENC ARCS chart supplier needs this number for future chart subscriptions. Each ship's installation, which consists of several MFDs, has its own user ID. All MFDs are using their own dongle, filled with the same data. Shut down. The system should be up and running, especially when the vessel is at sea and in operation. Maintenance or inspection usually requires the system to be switched off. To shut down the system, click on Menu, select the arrow button beside Display Off, and click on Power Off. Restart and exit. To restart the system, click on Menu, select the arrow button, and click on Restart. Note: if the option Exit is selected, a service password is required in order to complete the operation. This procedure enters the operating system level, which is for service purposes only. Automatic restart. The ECDIS is fitted with an automatic restart function. In case it detects any abnormalities, the system's application is blocked and automatically started again. After the system has restarted, the Super Home display will be shown.
Unit 1.3 Interface Screen Layout Overview. The screen layout is divided into the following parts. The sidebar, which consists of title bar, permanent area, non-permanent area, menu bar, the application area, which consists of chart area, chart status line, split views controller. Title bar. The title bar provides the following information and functions which are permanently available: dimming, date and time, alive indication. The alive indication verifies the alive status of the working station. This is the case if the time display, the cursor, or the application is frozen, or if the green LED in the lower right corner of the monitor is flashing. In addition, the LED of the panel PC can have several states. Green stands for good, orange for standby, red for starting sequence, and flashing red for an excessive temperature. If the LED is off, it signals that the panel PC is switched off. Permanent area. The permanent area shows status information. It controls which information namely display information, heading and speed information, position information, alert information, vector and trails information, chart information, and target information, is mandatory according to regulations. It works as follows. Checkboxes. Tick the checkbox to activate or deactivate the function. Drop-down menu. Click on the arrow to open a drop-down list and select a function. Buttons. Click on the respective button to activate or adjust the function. Non-permanent area. The non-permanent area shows the selected menus of settings and tools. The Tools menu works as an application manager. All tool applications will be shown in separate tabs in the non-permanent area. It's possible to run up to 5 tool application tabs simultaneously. For example, click on Tools and select LOP. The LOP menu appears as a tab in the non-permanent area. Click again on Tools and select another function such as Nav Alarms, and the Nav Alarms tab appears next to the LOP tab. Additionally, it's possible to toggle between different folders in the Nav Alarms tab. Therefore, click on the arrow next to the description, for example, Alerts, and choose another folder, for example, Failures. To close a tab, click on the X button. Note, if a Tools function is already open, the function is grayed out and cannot be selected again. Menu bar. The menu bar Application area. The application area is separated into the chart area, the chart status line, and the split views controller. The chart area shows the ENC chart, including the north arrow, the scale bar, and the zoom and pan control. The chart status line is always visible if a chart application is active, and if it shows the following fields. Chart-related indications. Type of chart in use, e.g. ENC. Category of displayed feature of object groups, classified by IHO, e.g. Standard. Depth unit, e.g. M for meter. Conditionally displayed objects, such as date and scale. Status of ratio between the display scale to chart scale. The split views controller divides the application area into 2 or more fixed windows, showing further instances of the same application or additional tables, lists, etc. To change the split window mode, click on one of the buttons. Super Home. Click on the Super Home button and the Super Home appears. The following functions can be selected. Start. Either select Take the Tour to obtain information on how to use the system, or select Read Documentation to open the operator's manual. ECDIS. Either select ECDIS Monitoring, ECDIS Planning, or Voyage Replay to open the respective application or mode. Maintenance. Either select Nautical Charts to open the Chart Maintenance menu, or Infrastructure to open the Infrastructure menu. Context menu. To open the context menu, right-click on the chart and the following functions can be selected. Targets, to manage the track targets. Off-center, to set the ship's center. Layer, to adjust the layer. Chart, to set the chart center, open Chart 1 or change the projection. Chart information, to open a pick report. Create LOP, to create LOPs. Rulers, to create rulers. Man overboard here, to activate the MOB function. Lists operations. Wherever useful, system data with record structure are displayed in a list or table. To sort the list or table, click on the topic column and it will be sorted according to the selected topic. If the content exceeds the available display space, a scroll bar will appear automatically. Trackball and Mouse. All user interface controls are operated by the mouse or trackball, which is connected to the respective ECDIS. The shape of the pointer changes when pointing at different elements on the screen. The following keys and functions are available. Do key, the middle key on the built-in trackball and the left button of the desktop trackball and mouse. More key, the right key on the built-in trackball and on the trackball and mouse. No function key, the left key on the built-in trackball. Scroll wheel. If available, it can be used to scroll into lists or to zoom in or out of charts. Note: generally, speaking of click, select, open or access implies the standard mouse operation left-click, which is the Do key. In case of right-click, which is the More key, this will be pointed out. Mouse pointers. When moving the mouse or trackball pointer over the screen, they will change depending on different situations in this system. Arrow and crosshair. Standard pointer when pointing at menus, fields and other controls, but not to any specific object in the application area. Gun sight. When the mouse pointer is moved over one target, the crosshair pointer indicates that the target can be acquired. Position indication. When the cursor is moved over the chart, the system displays information such as the respective position in a text box next to the cursor. Chart feature objects. If the cursor is placed over a charted feature object, for example a buoy, the system will display the details instantaneously in a semi-transparent box. All text box information will disappear after 10 seconds of non-activity. Pointing hand. When the mouse or pointer is moved over a changeable object such as a waypoint, the crosshair cursor changes into a pointing hand cursor. It indicates that the object is selectable for changes. The Do key selects the object for changes, and the More key enables the context menu in the chart area. Fields and field groups. Values in the form of text, numbers, slider settings, checkboxes, etc. are generally referred to as fields. A field consists of the value and a label, the field name. Some of the fields are read-only. They only serve for information purposes. In other fields, the values can be adjusted. Field groups are represented by a thin frame line above and below them. The frame indicates that the fields inside belong together. That is, they belong to the same subject or to a group of related items. Field groups have a name which is a kind of heading for the fields inside the group. As an example, range in the permanent area is a field, and display is the field group. Sliders and push buttons. By using sliders, a value can be set within a possible range. Simply click on the slider's handle and the current value will be displayed. By clicking on the slider next to the current value, the value will increase or decrease. If a push button is clicked, an action will be carried out or details will be displayed. The purpose of a button is indicated by its label. In some cases, tooltips are provided. Note, if the button has a dark grey colour, it means that the button is already pressed and is still active. Drop-down menus and checkboxes. Drop-down menus are indicated by a small downward arrow next to a field. To change the value of the drop-down menu, click on the arrow button and select the desired value. To close the drop-down menu without making any changes, click on any free area on the screen, or press the Escape button on the keyboard. Checkboxes indicate an option which can be activated or deactivated. To activate a checkbox, click on it and a check mark appears. To deactivate the checkbox, click on it again and the check mark disappears. Scroll bars. Scroll bars are displayed if the contents do not fit into a menu, box or list, etc. Scroll bars can be used to move the display up or down or sideways to view hidden parts. To scroll the display in small steps, click on the scroll arrows at the end of the scroll bar. To page through the display in larger steps, click on the scroll bar or drag the scroll box. Numeric Keyboard. Whenever it's possible or needed to enter a numeric value, the appropriate keys will be displayed in the virtual numeric keyboard. Select the value to be changed and enter the desired value by clicking the appropriate keys. In addition, values can be adjusted by using the spin boxes. To do this, enter the new value directly into the text box or use the small arrow buttons. Note, if the limit of the value is exceeded, a yellow warning sign appears and the OK button is blocked. By contrast, the spin box limit cannot be exceeded because the maximum value is blocked. Ascii Keyboard. Whenever it's possible or needed to enter an alphabetic or numeric value, the Ascii keyboard can be used. It's installed in the left part of the console and works like an ordinary PC keyboard, except for the fact that the backlight can be dimmed and that the locations of the key groups, like, for example, the numeric key block, are different. Note: If the system is not configured for an external Ascii keyboard, a virtual Ascii keyboard will be available, which shows up automatically if a text input is required.
Alert line. When an alert is triggered, the flashing alert icon, the designation, and relevant alert source and message will appear in the alert line. In addition, an audible signal will be triggered. If multiple alerts occur simultaneously, the visual signals are displayed in order of the priority of the alert. Alert list description. To open the alert list, click on Alerts in the alert line. To show only cautions in the alert list, click on Cautions. In addition, click on Tools and select Nav Alarms. The alert list appears, including all active alerts in order of their priority. For more information, see instruction 14305, Alarm List Priority. In addition, the following information is displayed. Visual horn indication. Designation. MFD ID. Application ID. Alarm number. Status. Date and time of first occurrence. Click on the Alerts arrow and choose Failures to see only failures. To see only disabled alerts, click on Disabled. To display only one alert type, such as alarms or warnings, return to the Alerts list and click on the All arrow to choose the desired alert type. To close the alert list, click on the X button of the Nav Alarms tab. Alert symbol. When an alert is triggered, the alert icon appears in the alert line. These indications are accompanied with alert sounds. Emergency alarms trigger a permanent buzzer signal. Alarms trigger 3 short buzzer sounds. This repeats every 7 seconds, unless the sound is muted. Alert icons are represented as indicated below. Alert Acknowledgement. There are 3 main options to acknowledge an alert. The first option is to acknowledge it by pressing the ACK button in the Alert line. The second option is to acknowledge it via the alert list. To acknowledge just one alert, right-click on the alert and select Acknowledge. To acknowledge all alerts, click on Acknowledge All. The third option is to acknowledge it by pressing the F12 button of the Ascii keyboard. Note: once all alerts have been acknowledged, no unacknowledged alerts will be shown on the alert line. Silence alerts. There are three options to mute an alert. The first option is to click on the Silence button on the alert line. The second option is to click on the Silence button in the alert list. The third option is to press the F11 button of the Ascii keyboard. Escalation of Alerts. If a warning is not acknowledged after a limited time period, called the escalation time, the warning is changed to alarm priority. To set the escalation time, click on Settings, select Escalation, and choose the preferred time from the drop-down menu. Note: the setting is password protected. The Level 1 password is 11, and the factory default value is 1 minute. Aggregated Alerts. The system is designed to add up related alerts to one single alert. For example, if there is more than one auto-acquired target in a guard zone. In this case, the symbol of an alert is marked with a plus. Alarm list priority.